Everyone's talking about high pay raises in 2024, but for me, it's a headache. Our company can keep up with the cost. Now, budgets are tight and pressure keeps growing. High salary sounds nice until you are the one who's struggling to pay them.
Even though the economy was slowing down, pay raises stay high in many industries in 2024. Rising inflation, the rising cost of living, and ongoing competition for skilled workers were the main reasons for this issue. To keep and attract employees, maintain internal fairness, and meet changing expectations from workers, many companies raised their salary budget. Even though the salary growth slowed down a bit compared to the year after the pandemic, it was still higher than it was before the pandemic. This is because the global job market is still changing. In order to achieve welfare, the wage system development policy places a strong emphasis on aspects of wage protection, taking into consideration the company's capabilities as well as the state of the national economy. The minimum wage is the standard that employees and the industrial sector use to pay employees in their workplaces. Based on WTW 2024 Salary Budget Planning Report, Malaysian salary has decreased to 5.0%, which was decreased by 0.6% compared to 2023. This salary was expected to keep rising, especially among Gen Z, that leads back impact to the employers to maintain their workers. Unfortunately, based on Salaries and Wages Survey report, the number of employees' salary in Malaysia has increased by 1.3% compared to 2023. So, why I see Gen Z? Is there any article that states about Gen Z issue on salary? I will explain further about the factors of this current issue. Now, I will explain about the factor that leads to high pay raises. So, what is the factor? Firstly, shortage in talent. A lot of Malaysian industries are having a hard time to finding people with the right skill right now, especially in technology, data analytics, engineering, and digital transformation jobs. After the pandemic, the fast pace of digitalization has made the need for highly skilled workers greater, but there aren't enough of them are available. The Australian Institute of Management AIM 2009 says that a skill gap is the differences between the skills that employers want and the skills that the employee have to do their jobs. It shows that the workers need to learn more skills to meet the needs of the job. The next factor are the inflation and cost of living. Employees are very worried about how much more expensive it is to live in Malaysia, especially for housing, food, and transportation. When wages fails to keep up with the inflation, workers can feel financially stressed, which can make them less motivated and less productive. For example, in 2023, the top concern for cost of living recorded 35% for Gen Z and 42% for millennials. This economic pressure forces employees to provide competitive compensation packages as part of their talent acquisition and retention strategy. The last factor are regional competition for talent. Malaysia isn't just trying to attract talent from within its own borders, it also competing with other fast-growing Asian economies, such as Singapore, Indonesia, Thailand, and Vietnam. These countries that are next to each other are also raising their salary budget to get professionals to seek employment there, especially in technology, finance, and engineering. For example, Singapore has offered a better salary packages that may attract many Malaysian professionals that cause a continuing brain drain issue for Malaysia. So, what is brain drain? Brain drain means the migration of skilled, educated, or talented individuals from one country to another country. That means we lost our professional workers. As I mentioned, according to a roundtable discussion by Cable.my about hiring Gen Z in Malaysia, most young people today are very clear about what they want from their careers. First, Gen Z want fair pay. The survey found that about 71% of Malaysian undergraduates say fair and competitive salary is their top priority. Many Gen Zs feel that if they work hard, they should match their effort and skills, especially with the high cost of living. Second, Gen Zs also value flexibility. They prefer hybrid or remote work option because they want to manage their own time and maintain a healthy work-life balance. This could give a big impact to the employers to recruit a new employee. Now, let's move to the solution and recommendation. Firstly, program for talent pipeline. To get young Malaysian talent early, offer internships, apprenticeships, and graduate development programs. This can help to make sure that there is always a steady stream of skilled applicants who have been trained in the company's culture and standards. Employer can also promote their organization as a career growth focused employer to build strong employer building. This will highlight opportunities for training and innovation to attract new employers. Furthermore, the problem of rising living costs that push employees to demand higher pay can be solved by change pay structure on a regular basis. Review pay every year to keep up with inflation rates in the market. Next, by offer non-cash benefits like housing allowance, flexible work hours, help with transportation, or meal subsidies to ease financial burden. Finally, the last solution and recommendation to avoid from brain drain happen in Malaysia, employer should give more than just a salary to the employees. This will help to keep employees' loyalty by offering them pay, opportunities for career growth, recognition, and even flexibility. Other than that, employer can also give employees international experience without having to leave by offering cross-border projects or regional collaborations with fair compensation. Now, let's focus on the impact of talent acquisition. So, what have we pursued? Either it's beneficial or not. I will divide it into two parts, which are positive impact and negative impact. For positive impact, it makes the company more appealing to job seekers and improve its brand to help businesses keep important employees and cut down on turnover rates. And it makes people more motivated and productive. Besides, the negative impacts could lead to job hopping based on pay, where people switch jobs just for money and puts pressure on wages in all industry. For example, a company that can't match salaries may risk losing workers. In conclusion, in Malaysia, salary has risen up a lot because there is a lot of competition for skilled workers and the expectation of the modern workforce are changing. it is very important to offer competitive salaries to get employees. But salary alone is not enough to keep them in the long term. Furthermore, companies need to focus on a balanced talent strategy that includes fair pay, chances for career growth, and supportive work environment. Company can improve their effort to attract and keep talent, build strong employer brands, and ensure long-term success in Malaysia's changing job market by taking the comprehensive approach. That's all for me. Thank you.